Hello everyone and welcome once again to ABL Basketball here on Star Hub as we bring you a game between the visiting second place Saigon Heat with a record of 10-4. And that guy right there, he's going to try and urge the Slingers on. They're on a little bit of a funk right now. The Singapore Slingers at 7-6. Confirmation of our game today, OCBC Arena here in the Lion City of Singapore. Well, the Slingers have had a tough go of it lately. So we look at Jaren Young practicing his free throws. That's something we'll talk about a little bit later. Meanwhile, the team standing San Miguel, Pilipinas, on top of the league right now at 9-2. Hot on their heels, though, the Saigon Heat. We talked about their 4-game winning streak, and going down the line, the Singapore Slingers at 7-6 as you look down below them. CLS nice. They are a team to watch also as we look at the coaching staff and brain trust of the Singapore Slingers. Michael Johnson, MJ as he's affectionately called, and Coach Neo, a mainstay of the Singapore Slingers since its inception. So help needed. Well, yeah, we need the locals to step up a little bit as you look, for instance, the last game that the expats had 59 of the 74 points scored, and so Ong, Tae-O, Go, and Raj and company are going to have to step up a little bit. The Slingers are going to get out of this little funk that they buried themselves in. As we said, they've lost 5 of their last 7, 3 out of their last 5. We know they are certainly capable, but they're going to have to get it done. Coach Julius, what a job he has done for the Saigon Heat. Kyle Julius, only 39 years of age. He apparently has done a fantastic job with not only the expats, but the local players as well. As we look at some of the players on the Saigon Heat. Kyle Barron, what a game he had last game for the Saigon Heat, ripping down 19 boards to go with his 23 points. They do have a very healthy Trevon Hughes, Scotty McKinnon, and they are a team that is on the loose right now, and they're as good as any team in the league right now.
Oh, when you talk about the Saigon Heat, Chuck, they are just a fantastic, versatile team. The cool thing about the Saigon Heat is they shoot a ton of threes, but they can shoot it from multiple different positions. The big shoot, the little shoots, and 152 three-point makes this year, 3rd in the ABL. Slingers are going to have to chase them off the line tonight.
Slingers averaging 86.6 points a game. Saigon, on the other hand, 87.4 rebounding, pretty much even. Number 14 in the league rebounding. Singapore at 41.2 and Saigon at 44.3. As we look at Saigon being introduced, they have a plethora of players that can do it for them. We talked about Trevon Hughes. He will be back in the starting lineup, but they got guys like Henry Nguyen, Din Nguyen, Tran Dong Koa, Din Ton Song. So it's not just a bunch of expats out there. It is also the local players that have contributed often and early for this team. As we look at Murphy Bernikowski, the Canadian guy, Corey Vincent Silly, also a guy who is now has a Vietnamese passport. He's a guy to come off the bench and do damage for the Saigon Heat. Chris Durker, Kyle Barone and company, so they are loaded. We look on the other side of the ball, the Singapore Slingers, and they will be announced right now. And we look at John Fields, he will be a starter, but let's talk about the Slingers bench players first, their role players first. These are guys that we said are going to have to step up mightily for the Singapore Slingers if they're going to have a chance in this league. And what better time to do it than right now? A home game in front of a good crowd. Some of the other players, there's Jun Lim, and look, Larry Liu, sharpshooter from outside. They're going to need him to step up and give Singapore Slingers some presence from the perimeter when the ball is kicked back out. That has been something that's been missing from their attack as well. Some of the other Singapore players being announced right now. Kelvin Lim, number 22. Russell Lowe, 6'6", averaging 4.5 points a game, 5 rebounds a game. He is there to back up Delvin Go, and there is the youngster, Lavin Raj, only 18 years of age, 6'7", 306 pounds, forward center. Desmond O, the starters now for the Singapore Slingers. He has been with the Slingers since the get-go. Number 2, a defensive specialist, but he can also hit from outside. Here's the guy we talked about. He has done it all for the Slingers this year. John Fields, averaging 23.5 points a game and 11.6 rebounds. Leader in both those categories. Jaren Young, what an athletic player he is, especially in the open court, averaging over 17 points a game. Got 15 points the other night, that losing cause against CLS. Xavier Alexander, the heart and soul for the Singapore Slingers, his 4th year with them, averaging over 20 points a game and 8.6 assists. Delvin Go, the guy we talked about, he's in a little bit of a funk right now. The last 4 games, he has not done as much as Coach Neo has thought that he should. Players have made adjustments to him. Now it is up for Delvin Go to make adjustments against the league. So the Saigon Heat and the Singapore Slingers about ready to do battle here at the OCBC Arena in Singapore. Chuck Shrine along with Scotty McKinnon. So happy you could join us. Hope you'll hang around for the entire game. Okay, before the game, we had some interviews with the coaches and players. Coach Nyo was the first up. Tell us the way you see it, Coach Nyo.
We have to give them confidence and make sure we play together as a team. And last 2 weeks, we have been training pretty well. So hopefully they can transfer that into the game.
I think basically we will clamp down on defense. That's the way the Slingers have been playing. We're going to run the floor well. The last game against the CLS night, we weren't running hard enough, maybe due to some reason, but we just got to keep running, clamp down on defense. They have talented imports. They have locals stepping up. So we just got to hold them to about 60, 70 points. We will be good.
Well, I mean, like I mentioned before earlier, Delvin can give us a lot of team's efforts and rebounding and offense, playing good offense and going for rebound. I think if he can step up, really help the team a lot. And obviously, everybody have an opportunity to really come to the court and really show us what they can help the teams and to become a better players.
Thank you, Coach Nyo. The referees for today's game, a very disparate bunch of guys and girls. There they are right there. They will be in charge of the game today. All right, Scotty, tell us a little bit about the starting five for the Saigon Heat.
Well, what a group here. You talk about Murphy Bernardkowski, Kyle Barone, Chris Durker, the NAIA product who led his school, Madonna, in rebounding, total rebounds in his entire career. Trayvon Hughes, the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. This is a talented group, and they really have bought into Kyle Julius' system, and they compete hard every single game. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Slingers match up with them on an individual and team basis.
A team that is 10-4, as we said before, good enough for second in the league on that 4-game winning streak. As we look at the previous game for the Saigon Heat, they overcome last year's finalist Mono Vampire, 98-83, best player of the game. If you're a Saigon Heat fan, Kyle Barone, 28 points, 17 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, on the other side of the ball, our Singapore Slingers, Desmond, the veteran, we talked about him. John Fields, first year with the Slingers, averaging over 23 points a game. Jaron Young, maestro in the open court. Xavier Alexander, he is a straw that stirs the drink, and Delvin Go, he's going to try and figure it out tonight and get back in the team's good graces. And the previous game for the Slingers, well, it wasn't a good one. Slingers go down to defeat 89-74, easily their worst game of the season. Best player of that match, Maxi Isho for the Knights, 21 points, 11 boards, and 4 assists. Slingers obviously can play much better, and that game was played in Surabaya, Indonesia. So John Fields and company will be out to prove something today for the Slingers. They want to get over the slump that they're in right now, and here's a matchup that is a mouth-watering matchup. Scotty McKinnon Fields against Kyle Barone, 22 points in the last game. Barone with 28, 17 and 13 rebounds with 2 blocks and 1. Slingers leading the league in blocks and steals. That is the matchup we want to watch there. And there's Barone right there with the tape on his right shoulder. He has had some anterior deltoid problems this year. We'll see if that's going to affect him. Meanwhile, we're just about ready to get underway. The fans are ready. I hope you're ready at home. We're certainly ready here at the OCBC Arena, so let's do it. Fields will jump it up against Barone. The 7-6 Slingers going against the 10-4 Saigon Heat. So happy you could join us on a Sunday afternoon. Chinese New Year right around the corner, and let's let this kick off the season of festivities right here. And the tip controlled by the Slingers. Desmond on the backcourt, we'll get it off to Young, and we're underway. Build up on that right-hand side, sliding through is Young. Fields at the top, gives it off to Alexander. Saigon Heat team collapses in the paint. Young, kick back out again. Alexander, quick pass inside. Young turns, gets it over to Delvin Go, goes up, and he's fouled right away. Nice start getting the ball, dumping it down into low. Had a little bit of space, but a little bit slow going up with the ball, Scotty.
And very interesting, Saigon Heat starting a 2-3 zone, a nice little high-low action there. And that's what you want to see, like you said, Chuck. Delvin Go, our local attack mode, straight to the rim, draws a foul. He's at the line for 2 now.
So yeah, interesting indeed watching that 2-3 zone and where it is around the league. Singapore not, again, the free throw travails continue to haunt the Singapore Slingers. We were talking before the game, Scotty, change gears just a little bit. If Singapore had made, say, 70% of their free throws or 72, they probably would have 2 more wins in their column, but they don't. They're last in the league in free throw shooting at 62.5%. They're going to have to improve that, especially since a lot of these games are so close. There's Hughes. And a touch foul there by Jaron Young.
That's not good for the Slingers, Chuck. Jaron Young has a tendency to get in foul trouble. They need him in the game. Those touch fouls can't happen, especially in the first 30 seconds of the first quarter.
Right, Singapore playing with a short bench today. Hung Han Ben will not be suiting up. So basically a 7-man bench. Oh, just blowing right by Alexander. Hughes can't get it to fall. Push off there, and that will go, see, against number 33. That will be Kyle Barone. So he picks up his first foul.
There's do-it-all world MVP candidate Xavier Alexander boxing out the biggest guy on the court. Barone over the back, his first foul.
So here comes Alexander yo-yoing across. Again, staying in that 2-3 configuration is Saigon. Now it looks almost like a 2-1-2. Shot of the game outside there for Young is off the mark. Barone cleans it up. Back in the hands of Hughes, who has that wrap on his hamstring. He did it in 4 weeks ago actually. Kick back outside. Turning and firing with the right hand, well short. Cleaning it up as Fields on the miss. Didn't hit anything. Alexander around one screen, jump step over to Desmond for 3, and any offense you get from Desmond is appreciated. In fact, that was it was a 3 they're going to give him.
That's the locals you're talking there right now, Chuck. We got 4 points, 1 from goal, a 3 from Desmond. That's exactly what we need.
Barone with the second foul. You can see that illegal screen on the push-off. So now the worm turns a little bit. Here is Desmond. Here it is in the open court. This is where Alexander excels so much. Spotting up on that right-hand side. Great peripheral vision by Alexander.
Chuck, what a big point in this game. 90 seconds in, Kyle Barone, leading rebounder in the ABL, has picked up his second foul. Very good point there, Chuck. This could be a huge momentum change for the Slingers.
Also, Murphy Bernatowski, the Canadian, has a foul. Remember, in this league, it's not like the pro leagues that we've seen like in China, where you get 6 fouls, only 5 fouls allowed. Well, as we said, they're a big man as far as rebounding goes. Alexander, Bernatowski on him. Fields bumping, grinding. Can't get it to fall. Oh, the follow-up, yes. Nice job by Jaron Young. Right place at the right time.
You gotta love what the Slingers did there. 2 fouls on Barone, they go straight to Fields in the post. They've matched up man-to-man. You can't play hard, we get a nice little offensive rebound for Jaron Young.
Nice job by Desmond. And a foul. Yes, and 1. See who the foul is on. Open court. This is where Singapore can be very explosive on the offensive end. They didn't get a chance to do that very much in the last game against CLS. Watch it again. Here's Alexander. There's the foul. On the weak side help.
What a start by the Slingers. 8-0 run to start the game. And like you said, Chuck, in the open floor, the Slingers can go. And when they get out, they're so dynamic attacking the rim. Very hard for a lot of these teams to keep up with them.
Alexander completing the 3-point play, pushing the score to 9-zip early on. 7:50 to go here in the first quarter. If you joined us, Singapore losers of 5 of their last 7. Nice acceleration there by Nguyen. Inside it goes, mismatch there. Kick back outside, no, he keeps it himself. Boy, discombobulated looking offense. Now going to have to try and create, and Alexander fouls Hughes as he goes around him. That's unfortunate. Singapore playing great defense that time. Hughes reduced, or check that, the Saigon Heat as a team reduced to freelancing that time, but Hughes gets away with it.
Yeah, just man-to-man so far. Slingers are matched up. They're keeping the guys in front of them. There's no dribble penetration. The Slingers look fantastic on the defensive end right now.
There's Hughes. So Alexander with a foul. Young with a foul. Barone, that's the big story early on. Oh, throwing it away again, Bernatowski. That comes Alexander, and a foul, and that will go on Hughes. So everybody getting into the act. Fourth team foul on Saigon.
And these teams in Saigon, when they played earlier in the season, it was a very heated matchup, Chuck. It is very apparent that they do not love each other, and it's been that way for a long time now. A great rivalry between Singapore Slingers and the Saigon Heat.
Well, obvious foul there on the block by Trevon Hughes. Watch it again. He's rotating straight into the path, moving his feet as well, and Alexander taking exception to it. So that will send Alexander to the line. In fact, that is the 15th foul already, with 7:22 to go here in the first quarter on the Saigon Heat. The Heat will call a timeout now, and gives us a little bit of time to talk about it so far. Scotty, what are you seeing that the Singapore Slingers are doing right?
Well, you said it, Chuck. They're turning defense into offense. Defensively, have been fantastic. Keeping guys in front of them, contesting shots, boxing out, one shot only, and then they push the ball down the court. And when you get Jaron Young and get Xavier Alexander out in the open court, that's when they're at their best.
So Saigon Heat, just to reiterate, their 15th foul. Bernatowski with one, Hughes with one. And the big news is Kyle Barone, their leading rebounder, with two. He's averaging 21.7 points a game and 14.5 rebounds. That's good enough for second in the league. So Singapore wasting no time, going straight at the gut of the defense of the Saigon Heat. They're pushing the ball every chance they get, taking the ball right to the rack, and it's paying off big for them right now as they are nursing that 9-0 lead. As we look at John Fields on the bench, this entire Singapore Slingers end up. If there's a team in the league right now, Scotty, that needs a win desperately, and we're not saying they're still in the playoff hunt, but the Singapore really need a win now.
Oh, it's a big win. This is a big matchup for them. If they can win this game, they get momentum back on their side. They have another home game next Sunday against CSL. They have an opportunity to get back into that, not just playoff picture, but the top four, and I think that's where the Slingers wanted to be. They would really like to host that first round matchup.
You can see Trevon Hughes talking to the ref right now. He still looks to be walking a little bit gingerly on that leg. We saw that hamstring injury a few weeks ago. It's not something that you're going to come back with basketball being a stop-and-go game. The hamstring taking a lot of pressure. You have to watch that. Usually hamstring injuries that pop up in the season continue to be an issue the rest of the season. 1 of 2 for Alexander. Slingers with that 10-0 lead.
Coming out in a half-court trap there again.
Delvin Go basically falling down. Was that Desmond O taking himself out of the play. Saigon Heat taking advantage of it, working a 2-on-1 under the basket. They push inside, look out. See who that's going to be against. I think it's going to be John Fields for holding on.
Chris Durker did a really good job of selling that. A lot of physicality, pushed Fields off the block. Fields trying to get his position, a little too much action there, and he got called for the offensive foul.
Scotty was talking about here. There's the rotation. Well, that was the last play, and there he is. Fields, you can see using his hands. Off the dribble, you in. Fight for the rebound. Fields coming down with it, starting the break. Alexander, obviously, on the Euro step. Can he get it to fall? He does.
The emphasis right now for the Slingers is just get out and go. And man, has it been successful so far against this Saigon Heat team.
It certainly has. Hughes throws it away. So third turnover for Saigon. They're talking to each other now. So the open court pressure having its effect on the Saigon Heat. This has always been a forte of Singapore Slinger basketball. They love to get in the open court. Delvin Go now trying to go baseline. He stops, kick back outside, almost dropped it. Alexander stops and pops from the free throw line for 2. 14-2, Slingers with a 12-point ball.
What a start for Xavier Alexander. 3 of 3 from the field, 8 points, just attacking the rim, and that's when Xavier's at his best.
Averaging 20.2 points a game. Hughes trying to light it up. Cannot. Fields with the rebound. Almost throws it away. Look out. Alexander runs it down. Now Jaron Young going to the left hand. Baseline. Kick back outside. Stop and pop for Delvin Go. Is off the mark. Pushing underneath. And that will go on Saigon. Feels very emotional, as we know. Liking what they're seeing right now. The Singapore crowd.
You have to love the energy and enthusiasm, Chuck, that the Slingers have brought so far to start this game. 5:45 left in the first quarter, and they are everywhere, winning every single 50-50 ball.
If you can believe it, 2 points on the board for a team that averages over 83 points a game. That has been the effect of the Singapore defense thus far. Fields in and out, my goodness. Again, the free throw shooting, Fields and Hughes making nice after that.
You said it, Chuck, 3 of 6 from the line already. The Slingers really have to focus on knocking down these foul shots.
It has bit them a couple of times. As we said before, had they shot the league average just free throw shooting, probably they would have a couple more wins in their column. Off the dribble, Hughes will back it up now. Look at Singapore packing it down low. Delvin Go isolated against Hughes. Little whip pass downstairs, no good. Delvin Go with the rebound. Cross-court pass to Young. Accelerating in the lane, high off the glass, no good. 1 and out, back come Saigon. They're pushing it. Delvin Go with the blocking foul.
Right now, the Slingers are okay with that kind of tempo. They don't mind it going up and down, and it's great for them that the tempo is picked up and both teams are looking to run. The Slingers don't mind that. They're great in the open court.
In fact, that was Desmond O with the foul. So 4th team foul for Singapore. Number 8, Tran will check it in. Long 2 is no good. Off the mark, Delvin Go with yet another rebound. Great positioning by Singapore on the boards. And that man is unconscious at the moment. Xavier Alexander already in double figures. 3 of 4 from the floor.
Love them in attack mode so far. Xavier Alexander not hesitating at all, pulling up on his jump shot. They look very confident.
Trevon Hughes settling for the jumper, way off the mark. Delvin Go, downstairs he goes. Luckily, Alexander there to clean it up. Fall back jumper is no good. Fields fighting for it. Saigon coming away with it. Bernatowski, still Bernatowski. Euro step, no good. Alexander with another rebound. Back comes Singapore. Young, full of running, gets the foul, can't knock it down. He will go to the line for a pair.
Chuck, you made the point at the beginning. The Slingers want to run, and I can't emphasize this enough. This is what they're doing, and when they're at the rim, they're drawing fouls, they're getting kickouts, and now those shots, those threes are uncontested.
Singapore, one of the quickest teams in the league, if not the quickest. Probably you get an argument from Alab, Pilipinas, who also great vision when they're in the open court. But Singapore, I would challenge anybody. I think athletically, when you talk about athleticism, Jaron Young and Xavier Alexander might be the best duo in the league in the open court. The problem for Singapore the last few games is getting into the open court. But having no problems with that right now as they have an 18-2 bulge to work with. Young hitting the first of 2. You just joined us. It's been all Slingers. 2 of 2, much more like it. 4:25 to go here in the first quarter. Baseline move. Can't hit it. Wow. Lid on the basket so far for Saigon. They're going to have to be patient. Rotating the ball to the right side. Fields, yes. Using that big body. Right shoulder off the glass, up and in. 21-2, Scotty.
Yeah, since Barone has gone out of the game, they've been attacking through Fields, and he's had a couple nice little jump hooks that have been uncontested.
And another turnover. Trailer to Field for the finish. In the open court, again, Xavier Alexander using that peripheral vision. Had Young right beside him, very, very patient, waiting for Fields to arrive, to dump off in the easy 2. Left side, wide open look again, off the mark. My goodness, 3:30 to go. Can you believe Saigon Heat 2 points on the board? Larry Liu in the game now for Singapore as he knifes through. Liu from that left side looking for Fields, who's being fronted, ball taken away. Not a good entry pass at all. Back comes Hughes. Hughes with the crossover. Working on Jaron Young, can't get it to go. Alexander comes away with it. See if he waits for company. He does. Wide open look for Larry Liu. Lines it up for 3. No good. Boy, wouldn't that have been the icing on the cake? So back comes Saigon. Bounce pass inside. Little separation there. No good. Wow. So Singapore with 2:46 to go. Fields bullying his way to the basket. And finally, Saigon calling a timeout, Scotty. And this is just a mismatch after mismatch. Singapore doing a great job finding those mismatches and taking advantage.
You said it, Chuck. They're playing through Fields right now. Fields is too big, too strong. Everything's at the rim. Uncontested jump hook after jump hook.
So last play, here they are again in the open court. Look at the vision, look at the court vision by Alexander. Getting it off to Fields for the easy slam. Another angle. Alexander pushing, and you can see Hughes back on his heels. 4-on-2. Fields finishing it up. So 25-2, Scotty, 23-point bulge.
And since Barone's gone out of the game, Fields is 3 of 4 from the field, 7 points. The thing that I'm surprised with Saigon so far is Kyle Julius is a culture coach. He changes cultures, and his teams compete, and they always compete to the best of their ability. Right now, their lack of energy and their lack of competitiveness is very surprising from a coach. Team coached by Kyle Julius. His teams are always competitive and always play to the best of their ability.
Good point, Scotty. On the other side of the ball, Singapore, you know, the old song, been down so long, it looks like up to me, where they are taking revenge on the Saigon Heat team, slapping up 25 points in the first quarter against a team really that only gives up, 80.9 points a game. That is good enough for 4th in the league. Keeps going like this, they're going to give up triple digits. And right now, the team that averages over 86 points a game, check that, 87.4 points a game, good enough for 4th in the league. 2 points, Scotty, in the whole game, and that is something that we didn't expect at all. Of course, Barone, his exit from the game had a lot to do with it. If they fall behind by much more, they're going to have to put him back in the game.
Well, we said, Chuck, 1 of 13 from the field so far for the Saigon Heat. 2 points in the first 8 minutes. Very, very unlike them.
They'll try to spread it out a little bit. Hughes with the bounce pass. Off the dribble. 7 for the jump shot. Again, swirling it in. So now they have 5 points. Fields spotting the open man. Larry Liu, why not, from Threesville, off the mark. So he's 0-2. Back come the Heat. See if they can get some offense into their game. Hughes got some separation and nothing but net that time, and breaking the ankles of Larry Liu in the process. So 25-7, a nifty little 5-0 run right now, just what the doctor ordered. Now the entry pass to Hughes. Hughes has a mismatch that he wants to Jaron Young. Will look downstairs again. Now pop it up. Alexander accelerates inside, blows past one defender, can't get it to go. Rebound Saigon. Ernatowski. Oh, all the way to the basket himself. Little look to the left, got the defense away from him and takes it all the way to the hole himself. Almost throws it away, in fact does.
And here come the Saigon Heat, Chuck. Murphy Bernikowski, the versatile big man. Pull up 3 from outside, Euro step to the rim.
Hughes, you can see the little misdirection he did on Alexander. Now he's chirping to Alexander. Nice little run by Saigon to get him back in the game. A 9-0 run. Singapore's got to call timeout. 25-11, and just like that, well, we knew Singapore wasn't going to be able to keep him down that long. So a little measure of revenge. And I think you nailed it, Scotty. These two teams acting like they don't like each other very much.
Well, you see it right there. Kyle Julius, Coach Kyle Julius is out at half, giving every single person a high five when they come in. They're ready to compete again, and now this is a game, 14-point game. The Slingers have to come out of this timeout and get an efficient set with a touch inside to one of their bigs.
The good news for Saigon, still the first quarter, minute 12 to go. Much better to be down 14 early than late, we know that. And they do have the offense in which to come back. Singapore is going to have to keep their nose to the grindstone, because this is a team, a very proud team. We watched them warm up before the game, Scotty, full of energy. They like each other, and they're not going to take this line down whatsoever. They're not 10-4 for nothing.
No, and they've just won their last 4 in a row. This is a team that's on a roll, and if you give them a little bit of breathing space, a little bit of room to get back in this game, all of a sudden it's going to be a very different game come the 3rd or 4th quarter.
So we look at their statistics against each other. Offensive rebounds, Saigon averaging 11.6, 12.8 for Singapore. Turnovers 13-1 and 13-2. Steals 7. Singapore leads in that category in the lead, 8.5 steals a game. Saigon shooting 51.5% from the floor. Singapore 47.9. Three-point shooting, neither of these teams are lighting it up. Really, Singapore 34.1, Saigon 33.6. Off the dribble, little show and go there for Desmond O. Trying to pick out Larry Liu, which they do. He turns and fires off balance. Shot at the buzzer is no good. Fight for the ball on the floor. Crowd appreciates the hustle. John Fields is always in the middle of something.
What effort by John Fields to pursue the basketball there in the offensive rebound. Just all-out heart and effort to get up and secure the ball for the Slingers and get them another opportunity here.
So let's see who the foul is going to be on. It's going to be against Saigon, number 11, Din. That will be his first foul. 8th team foul of the quarter for Saigon. A rough and tumble team. They are built for physicality. We know that, but right now Singapore giving as much as taking and still chirping away as John Fields. He didn't like that last little scrum on the floor at all.
Interesting, coming out of that timeout, Coach Neo and Coach Julius, the chess match has already started. Saigon falls back into another 2-3 zone there out of the timeout. Singapore gets the ball inside, and you can see that they're trying to play to their strengths and the other team's weaknesses.
Fields missing the first of 2.
6 of 10 from the line now, Chuck.
Yeah, right around their season average, just a little over 63% from the free throw line. So 1 of 2. Singapore gets off the snide. Now a 9-1 run for the Heat. Hughes off the dribble. Alexander in his pocket. Build up on that right-hand side. Pernikowski pops up. Fall away jumper from Freesville is going to be off the mark. Desmond O, the smallest guy on the court, rips down the board. Quickly getting the ball to Larry Liu. Now to Young on that right side. Boy, look at Fields trying to get away. Long 3 by Alexander. Check, that was Jaron Young, and there's a foul. That will be on Larry Liu. 15 foul for Singapore. That will put Saigon in the penalty.
Yeah, not a great foul, 70 feet from the rim to put Trayvon Hughes on the line, get him a little bit more of a rhythm going. He's got 4 points now, 2 of 6 from the field, and he's felt good the last little while. To give him a couple free throws here is not a great thing with 11 seconds left in the first period.
Trayvon Hughes, before that injury, was averaging over 25 points a game. He's slowly getting back into the swing of things. Had 15 in that last game, the win against Mono Vampire. In fact, Saigon, 2 wins in the last 3 or 4 games against last year's finalists.
Second team Big Ten All-Performer. This guy could go. 4-year player at University of Wisconsin. He's a gun.
He's legit. In fact, a lot of these Saigon Heat players, a lot of experience overseas in Europe. You look up and down their list in the U.S. and college D-League. Wide open look, Larry Liu for 3, no good. 0 for 3, and at the buzzer, can't get it to fall, so that will do it. So all in all, successful first quarter for the Singapore Slingers. They put 26 on the board. They lead the Heat 26-13 at the end of 1. We'll be right back for second quarter action. OCBC Arena in a moment.
Now we have a kids dribbling contest. We have Poppy over here and we have Rhea over there. Give it up for the both of them. Poppy, Rhea, you girls know what to do. On the count of 3, okay? 1, 2, 3, let's go!
26-13 in favor of the Singapore Slingers. We look at some of the stats, Scotty. I noticed that turnovers, Singapore doing a good job of taking care of the ball. Only 2 turnovers compared to 5 for the Saigon Heat. But look at the shooting percentage.
Oh, Chuck, 16% from 3 for Saigon, 27% overall, and that's led to the rebound advantage as well. Singapore has 16 rebounds compared to Saigon's 8. You think that the Saigon shooting is going to have to improve because this isn't consistent of their performance all through this year so far.
Exactly, and see if they got Barone back into the game now with 2 fouls. No, he's still saddled on the bench with those 2 fouls, so Coach Julius going to wait a little bit before he puts his ace rebounder back in the game. But Singapore, once Barone went out of the game, they went straight to the inside. And really, without Barone in the game, I mean, they're pretty much exposed. And Singapore did what you needed to do, also doing all that work in the open court as well. High Point man of the game so far. That man right there, number 15 for the Slingers, 10 points. Fields with 8, Young with 4 for Singapore. Desmond with that 1 triple. Go with a point on the other side of the ball. Hughes with 6. Bernatowski with 5. Durker with a pair. So that's pretty much it. But Saigon, as Scotty was saying, was down 23-2. They made a little 9-0 run and in fact outscored Singapore the latter part of that second half, but they had so many points to make up, so they still trailed by 13 as we look at Coach Julius. Always somber looking, but as you said, Scotty, one of the better coaches in the league, and he does a particularly great job with the local players. Is a keen observer of the VBL, the Vietnamese Basketball League. In fact, 2 or 3 of the local players are products of that league. He's very good at identifying talents and bringing them up to the parent club, so to speak, on that side of the ball. Whether it's MJ and Coach Yo, as usual, not giving a lot away via emotions. I think overall the Slingers have to be very pleased with what they saw out of their team in that first quarter. If you just joined us, of course, you would know that the Slingers are, or you would know that the Slingers are 2-5 their last 7 games going back to December 21st. And the holdup now is there's some problems at the scorer's table, so we'll get those technical problems. You can see the 24-second clock is not, the other end is not working at the moment, so they'll try and figure that out. Meanwhile, here are the guys in red, the Saigon Heat, with that league's second best record of 10-4, and the 5th and 6th place team, the Singapore Slingers at 7-6, are just about ready to get underway. I don't know, maybe they will have the game go on without that 1 o'clock. You hate to see that, but until they can fix it, that is what the delay is all about. While we do have the time, Scotty, some transactions or some players that have been changing teams lately. Would you feel this? I think there's something going on with the Alab Pilipinas. Bachman no longer with the team.
Oh, no, he's still there, Chuck.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything confirmed, though, but there's lots of rumors going around. That's the cool thing about the ABLs. There's lots of time for different teams to get different players, and that's the parity in this league. It's been fantastic so far. And if you look at the standings, the Slingers started 5-1. They've had a little bit of trouble now, but now they're trying to work their way back up. And it's beautiful to see what the ABL has done as far as having so many different competitive teams.
Absolutely, a lot of parity. Din checking the ball in. He's camped out on that left-hand side. The rotation is to the opposite side, though. Hughes barking out signals. Trying to get a step on Alexander, blowing his way inside. Let's see if they give Alexander the foul. If they do, that'll be 2. In fact, it's going to be, wow, it's going to be on Bernatowski. That will be 2 on him. So an offensive foul.
Barone and Bernatowski both with 2. 20 seconds into the second quarter, that's a big call.
Good break for the Slingers. Go back outside to Alexander, looking for the screen. Desmond Alexander again, he'll take the 3, uncontested. Delvin Go, he has a machine on the rebounding end. Little scoot pass inside. Staying with it is Delvin Go, baseline, middle drop step, left hand.
And that's the aggressiveness you talked about at the beginning of the game, Chuck. The locals have to perform, and Delvin Go with a great finish at the rim there. He's now got 6 rebounds, 3 points. You'll love to see that from the Slingers' perspective.
Quick hands by Jaron Young. It's a race to the basket. Euro step. Off-balance shot by Young is no good. He probably should have waited. Bernikowski again. Stops and pops from Freesville. No good. Ball popped up into the air, right into the path of Desmond O. Gives it off to Alexander. Little spin move inside. Right hand. Looking for the foul, but not getting it. And Alexander with the finish.
There they are in the open court again. Xavier Alexander's 12th point of the game. Nice little jump stop. Steps through with the right-handed finish.
Alexander working on Hughes. Hughes gets the step, acceleration to the lane. Nice job by Hughes.
Great body control there to get him on his hip and create the separation with a little bit of a Euro step. Beautiful finish from Hughes.
Hughes looks to be not 100% out there, but even at not 100%, he's better than a lot of players, getting the ball, dumping it to Fields, who finishes with the slam on the right side.
Yeah, and the Saigon Heat have been forced to go into this 2-3 zone just because of foul trouble and lack of bigs in there right now. And the Singapore Slingers are exposing it down low with John Fields in his 10th point of the game.
Shades of what we saw early on in the first quarter. Cross-court pass there. Off the foot of Alexander. Hughes with a long three is going to be off the mark. Stepping in is Jaron Young to get the board. He's got Go right next to him. Rotates the ball to Desmond O. Alexander. They'll play from the sidelines now. Oh, beautiful job. And you are right. Finding mismatches all over the place. Scotty back on their heels on that interior defense. Without Barone in the game, they're a different team.
A great dive from Go straight to the rim. No big man there, no Barone there. Delvin Go with the great finish.
And a long air ball that time. So 34-15, 19-point lead for Singapore, 7:23. And see who checks back in. Well, they have no choice now. They're going to have to put Barone back in the game. They can't continue to let it roll like this.
Chuck, a great observation by you on Hughes. Hughes just limped off to the end of the bench, and he's getting some treatment now on his hamstring there.
Yeah, he played about 28 minutes in the last game. Alexander, step back jumper, can't get it to fall on the floor. Nice job by John Fields, and he's fouled a reach in. That will go against number 22, Corey Cilia, who's just checked into the game. 5'7", 170 pounds. He's only 22 years of age. Vietnamese American, averaging 2.8 points a game.
Every 50-50 ball going to the Slingers right now. Again, great hustle from Delvin Go to keep it alive with a tip. It feels back at the line.
Well, the Slingers, as we said, desperate for a win. They have not played particularly well the last 2 or 3 weeks. But they are putting it all together in a neat little package right now. Fields hits the first of 2, 2 of 2.
Now 9 of 13 from the line, Chuck, so definitely improving in that facet as well. Looks like everything going right for the Slingers right now.
Boy, another turnover, getting the ball down to Barone, who loses contact with it. Little ball inside to Desmond O. Again, getting behind the defense. Desmond O with 5 points. Barone rolling to the hoop, loses it again. Back the other way it goes. Alexander takes the ball to the house, can't finish it. Ball on the floor, picked up by Fields, extends up and in off the glass.
Another 50-50 ball won by the Slingers. Everything's at the rim, no contest. John Fields, 14.7 rebounds.
Ferocious attack by the Slingers, and just, excuse me please, offense by the Heat. They finished that one up with Bernikowski. Just not being able to get anything generate on the offensive end, and you can see how tentative Barone is. Does not want to pick up that third foul. Young, Go, oh boy, that wasn't a good pass at all, but Alexander saving the day. Little double pump fake, gets it to fall.
Great up fake and patience from Alexander there to get the big up in the air, wait for him to come down and finish around the rim.
And another turnover, that's 3 this quarter for Saigon. They've got 8. Rotation to that left side, a long 3, drains it. Good rotation there. That was number 22, Corey Cilia. Cilia played his basketball at UC Santa Cruz. Now Delvin Go, what a game he's had, rotating back outside. And Desmond O thought about it, and he gets bailed out. The foul will be on Cilia.
Just with this foul trouble that the Saigon Heat have been in, they've had to go to this zone, and the matchup just haven't been communicated. Cutting into the gaps, the Slingers have gone tons of high-low action and been able to finish at the rim there.
13th foul on Saigon, and Coach Julius, a little bit of frustration, chirping over at the referees on the side by his bench. Young to Alexander. Build up on that left side, scooting over is Larry Liu, rotation. Backup jumper, Delvin Go, can't get it to fall. 1 and out. Pushing it hard, right side, wide open, look for another 3. Again off the mark, Stein, Desmond O with his 3rd rebound.
When Desmond O got that rebound, you can see Coach Neal screaming, go, 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 go. And that's been the key to the game so far, is their ability to get out in transition.
Well, you love to see the local guys building in confidence. Desmond O did have the open look, and no, he didn't knock it down, but he wasn't reticent to take the shot at all. Followed his shot. So a timeout now by the Slingers. MJ having some heated words with Jaron Young on the sidelines. Not sure what it's about. 42-20, Singapore up by 22. They've led by as many as 23. And just when the Saigon Heat, after that little 9-0 run they had at the end of the first quarter, Scotty, thought they'd gone over the hump, rearing up and getting them again, turning the ball over. Singapore in the open court will not be denied. John Fields, Delvago getting behind the defense, getting behind that 2-3 easy buckets.
Chuck, you said it there. Saigon with 9 turnovers now. Fields with 14, Alexander with 14. You expect that, but the nice thing to see, like you said, the help from the locals. Desmond O, 2 of 4 from the field, 5 points. Delvin Go, 5 points, 6 rebounds, 2 of 3 from the field. 10 points coming from your local here early into the second quarter is a great help to those 3 fantastic world imports we have.
Remember, playing with a short bench, the Slingers are no Ong Han Ben. He continues to struggle with that knee injury. We don't know at what point of the season he will be able to go full steam ahead. And Singapore, remember, without the services of Quick or remember Wu, those 2 guys were counted on several years ago to be starting members of the Singapore Slingers team. That has not worked out the way they thought it would. So an inordinate amount of pressure falling on the foreigners. So do the math, the local boys have to step up, and they have showed what their pedigree is tonight, much like they did at the beginning of the season. So a little 4 or 5 game slump by them, but they are coming back like gangbusters tonight, just with the doctor order for the Singapore Slingers. As Saigon brings it down. Chuck Schreiner and Scotty McKinnon, so happy you could join us on a Sunday afternoon. Hughes off the dribble, takes the ball through the house with the left hand.
Nice little horn set, double ball screen up there. Hughes is so smooth and patient, timely when he gets to the rim, finishes with his left hand up the top of the big there. Very nice move by Trayvon Hughes.
Kelvin Lim in the game for the Slingers. Baseline. Oh, getting the ball off to Kelvin Lim and unsuccessfully trying to take that ball in the trees. Gets rejected for his trouble. Bernikowski draws a double team inside. Nice little pass off to the right side. Hughes with a triple, no good. Nice rebound there by Kelvin Lim. Again, getting behind the offense. Young out of control, slipped on something, and he goes down hard, as does Hughes. So housekeeping in order right now to get the moisture off the floor.
If you're the Slingers, you really want to keep this 20-point gap going into the second half. I will never count out a team coached by Kyle Julius.
There is, you can see what looks like he got tangled up with Bernatowski's feet right there. No foul called. See from a different angle. Yeah, there's no foul there that I could ascertain. So Hughes just losing the thread a little bit. Hughes, still Hughes, right hand. Inside it goes. Great job of denial by John Fields. Around one man, oh boy, wide open look there, and poor Kelvin Lim getting turned inside out that time by Barone.
Probably a good choice on his part not to challenge Kyle Barone there at the rim.
Oh my goodness! Desmond O, and there's a steal by Alexander, the outlet, 2-on-1. Brings it up for Fields. Fields stays with it. Nice job. Good recognition there by Desmond O. He saw the mismatch downstairs. He gets the ball to Fields with the finish. Back to a 20-point lead.
There's Xavier Alexander with the steal. 2.8, second in the ABL. Defense to offense. Again, John Fields at the rim with the finish.
Desmond O having the game of his season so far. Young, still young. trying to get the ball downstairs, and they will go to work straight on Barone with Fields. Don't hits the cutter. Out of bounds it goes. Last touch by Singapore, and Kelvin Lim making a little bit of a mesh of that. Ball hit him right in the hands, and once he got it, he lost his step count.
It was a great cut by him, but he's got to catch and finish that. He was wide open at the rim. A perfect look by Fields, who had just been doubled. Calvin Lim's got to catch that, go straight up, and finish hard at the rim.
So here comes Hughes, accepting the screen. Young now on him. Fields is going to have to go back downstairs. Nice, quick, strong move by Barone, and the foul will go on number 32. That will be Russell Lowe, who's just checked into the game, so doing a good job finding the mismatch downstairs.
Kyle Barone, just 2 points right now, 1 of 2 from the field, but he's been saddled with foul trouble the entire. He's a former WAC Player of the Year at University of Idaho. This guy is a player, and if he wasn't in foul trouble at the beginning, that changes the game and the dynamic of this game.
Absolutely. The Slingers, once he picked up that second foul, they had to exit him from the floor. Singapore's attacking the interior of the Saigon Heat defense time and time again. Of course, turnovers also. 1 of 2 there. So he misses the second one. Quick pass to Young off the foot of Tran, number 8. Young just looks a little bit out of sync tonight. MJ's already had some words with him as he cuts through baseline, rotates to that right side. Looking inside, he's got Russell Lowe flashing through as Larry Liu, and there's a turnover. Singapore very tentative on that particular possession. Up in the air, and the finish by Barone. So some open court action for the Saigon Heat as they close to within 19. 2:05 to go here in the first half. Alexander, still Alexander. Young. Alexander with Bernatowski on him. He has some holding on underneath, and who's that going to be against? Or was it a 3-second violation?
You see Bernatowski's strength there in the post. Alexander trying to drop the shoulder and go through him. Didn't even move Bernatowski at all. It's as wide as a linebacker, that guy.
The only person in foul trouble, if you can call it that, for the Slingers is Desmond O. He's got a pair. There's Hughes. Good ball rotation now. Little catch and shoot, no good. Bernatowski not on tonight. Larry Liu hits Russell Lowe. Catch and shoot by Young for 3.
The kick out by Russell Lowe. Nice jump stop, kick out to Jaron Young. Let's hope this gets Young going a little bit. 7 points in the night.
Yeah, no hesitation at all by Jaron. Hughes, nobody to get it to. Now to Bernatowski. There's the screen. Nice job by Larry Liu on defense. Jaron Young, Euro step, stop and pop from the elbow off the mark. Hughes with the rebound, like a track meet now. Hughes downstairs, gives it up to Barone, who finishes it.
Kyle Barone with his 9th point of the game. He just got in, and all of a sudden he's 3 for 8 with 9 points.
Yeah, they'll be able to take the lid off of him in the second half. He has not picked up the 3rd foul. There's a silly foul there by Tran Dong Ho. So that will be 3 on him.
Like you said, Chuck, that was a silly foul. Alexander wasn't posting up Bernatowski there. He's too strong. He's already 2 feet outside the block. Silly reach in by Tran.
Tran averaging 8 points a game. Only 22 years of age. Getting the ball again downstairs to Fields. Fields working on Barone, and nice job by Fields. One of the fouls, didn't get it, so backing Barone up. There's the upper body strength of John Fields.
John Fields, 18 points. How about that drop step? Went right through Barone there to finish.
You can see the difference in their builds. Barone, more of a tall, army type of guy. Long arms, long legs. Feels that big upper body, using it to full effect that time. Tran will back it up with 23 seconds to go. About 6 seconds differentiation between the game clock and the shot clock, and another turnover. Tron throwing it away. Going downhill is Young, who will finish it, 51-29. 3 seconds to go, trying to get the foul, didn't get it. That will do it. Singapore will take that every time, 51-29. Heat look like they were going to make noises there for a while. Singapore coming back. Saigon continuing to shoot themselves in the foot with turnovers. Singapore looking very good in the open court, and when they get the ball down to Fields. So that will do it. We'll come back for halftime entertainment. 51-29 Slingers at the OCBC Arena. Job, guys. Job, guys. Welcome back to the OCBC Arena. 51-29. If you're a Slingers fan, you're loving it. If you're a Heats fan, you're going to be wondering what they can do to get back in this game. But it has been a very cohesive effort by the Singapore Slingers, both on the offensive end and the defensive end. As we said, John Fields leading the way with 18 points, 9 rebounds. Xavier Alexander next in line with 14. Now remember, he's nursing a couple of fouls. Desmond Go, check that. Yes, Desmond Go with 5 points, including a big 3 when they needed it. Delvin Go with 5 points as well. So the locals picking up their end of the bargain, and that guy right there playing with so much emotion, Scotty, John Fields.
Well, like you said, the featured matchup at the beginning of the game was John Fields and Kyle Barone, and John Fields has been dominant. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 7 to 8 from the field to Barone, 7 points, 3 rebounds. You just got to love it. Every time I feel John Fields comes into a featured matchup, he always takes it personal and comes out with a competitiveness that you just have to love.
It's almost like John Fields wants that sort of competitiveness because it motivates him so much, but he has found his man in Kyle Barone. It's going to be interesting to see how they match up, and then right away they start going at each other. There they are up top. Fields rotates the ball to the middle. There is Young finding Desmond O on that left side, taking the screen. Now he goes inside the key. Alexander, a little catch and shoot. It's going to be off the mark. Pushing off as Delvin Go. That'll be a foul on him. So first team foul for Singapore for Go. That will be his first foul.
There's the locals again. Starting the second half really well. Delvin Go with a great offensive rebound, draws the foul.
So it'll be Saigon ball, as Coach Nyo. And one thing I'm sure, and again, we don't want to be coaching from the broadcast booth, that is for sure, but my goodness, you have to make sure if you're the Singapore Slingers that you do not take your foot off the gas. Checking into the game there, number 11 for the Saigon Heat. That is Din Tan Song, averaging 5.5 points a game. You said before, a very talented group of Saigon Heat. And there is what we were talking about before the game. What Delvin Go needs to do is step out and hit that medium range jumper. He can do that from 14 feet. He just did that there. So Singapore back out on top by 24. Ball rotated to Hughes. Takes the screen. Left hand. Accelerates. Runs straight over Alexander. Nothing called. Shot from the left side is good. That is number 20. Chris Durker. So he's got 3. 21-point ball for Singapore. Alexander, beautiful little move there, and he is fouled from behind. Or is it out on Bernakowski? Yes, they're going to say no foul. So good hands there by Bernakowski. Young with the backup jumper is good. So under 9 minutes to go, Singapore in control still. Barone, Fields. Barone, nice little spin move. Fields right there to deny.
John Fields everywhere tonight. Walls up, doesn't bite on the pump fake, right back in Barone's face.
Very emotional John Fields. You can see him rise up with both hands, sealing off the baseline. Pressure by Singapore on the inbounds, rotating up to the top. Off balance looking shot, well short, stepping in on the front rim. Bernakowski from 2, no good. Nice hustle by number 20 to finish it off. Chris Durker.
You can already see the effort is better right now from Saigon Heat in the second half. Chris Durker keeps 2 plays alive with offensive rebounds and gets the putback.
Hughes, what do we have here? Offensive foul. So Singapore getting another turnover. Young will inbound it from the far side. back into the hands of Alexander. Alexander to Desmond O, who almost, oh boy, nearly a backcourt violation, and Hughes takes it. He can't finish it up, but the trail is in for 2. So the Heat now with 36 points, and they trail by 19.
But now they're picking up full court as well, Chuck. So they're looking to get some up-tempo play going, more possessions, a little bit more pressure. There's another steal.
Knocked away again. That is 2 straight bad passes by Desmond O. And that is a quick way to negate any sort of momentum that you have. So Saigon, behind that guy right there, Chris Durker, he has been the guy so far for Saigon, providing the spark. Singapore, 17-point lead, and Singapore forced to call a timeout. Watch the replay again. There is the turnover back at the other end. Another look at it. And there is the finish by Durker. So it's a timeout, 55-38 in favor of Singapore, but don't look now, the Saigon Heat, we talked about it earlier, Scotty. They are a very proud team, very well coached, and with those 2 turnovers right there, opening the door for the Heat, they have a lot of talent out there, so you don't want to count them out.
They've picked up the defensive pressure here in the second half. They've picked up a little bit full court and man-to-man, gotten the passing lanes, anticipated, and they're coming back with that out of the timeout again as well. So we'll see if Singapore can rebound here like they did in the first half. They did a great rebound to the first Saigon run. See if they can do it again.
Alexander running traffic here, slides off to the left. Larry Liu checking into the game for the Slingers. Bounce pass inside to Go, who loses it momentarily. Alexander accelerates inside the lane. Ball knocked away.
Sloppy start here to the second half.
Inside, Barone loses it. Nice hands in there. So Singapore, last touch it, it'll be Saigon ball. And checking it in will be number 11, Din Ton Song. Bounce pass, last touch again. Nice hands in there by Xavier Alexander to paw it away.
Saigon Heat has really come in the second half, especially towards the end of the first half, with a lot of ball screen action. A lot of ball screen action with Trayvon Hughes coming off it, making Singapore either hard hedge it or switch it. They're trying to figure out how to defend it right now.
Little catch and shoot, way off the mark is Hughes. Ball on the floor, nice hands there by Alexander. Away go the Slingers. Pass outside to Young and knocked away. Hughes comes, a golden opportunity there for Singapore going by the wayside. Hughes with the left hand, accelerates, cute angle, can't get it to go. Foul will go on Young. That'll be his second. And that will send Young to the line. At the other end, Singapore had the basket surrounded, could not finish. And Hughes doing what he does so well, back against the flow of play. He will go the line for a pair. 6:47 to go here in the third quarter. If you just joined us, Singapore led at one point, 23-2. They led by 21 at the half. And slowly but surely, Saigon is making some inroads. They trail by 17, but plenty of time. That man right there coming back from a very serious hamstring injury. Still not 100%.
Just picked up the energy here in the second half. The competitiveness, the energy. They're winning those 50-50 balls. They're attacking the rim. It looks like a different Saigon team right now.
Yeah.
They've got themselves back into this game.
Hughes. Fields with the rebound. Back come the Slingers. Young off that left side. as Alexander, as the Slingers spread it out, Hughes will go back downstairs. Long three is going to be off the mark, so 1 and out. Not a real smart shot by Alexander that time. So let's see, Hughes again. He has been the maestro so far, controlling the action for the Heat. Bernatowski working on Young. Backup jumper is good.
Now we have a 14-point game, Chuck, with a lot of time left here in this third quarter. Saigon has really come out and put the pressure on the Slingers here to start.
Fields, bullied his way inside, can't get it to fall. Still fighting for the ball. Liu comes up with it. Kick back outside, wide open look for Young for three.
What a shot by Jared Young to kill the momentum and kill the run by Saigon. 14 points for him now. 5 of 12 from the field and his second three-pointer of the game.
See who the foul is on that time. I believe it'll be on Fields. So that will be his second personal foul. Another look at it. There's Fields, both hands. Boy, that's a back outside, and Young. What an opportune time for him. So he's got 14. Drilling that free throw. So 14-point game again. Slingers up. Remember, they led by as many as 23.
Saigon falls back into that 2-3 zone.
Alexander. Liu, catch and shoot for three is going to be off the mark. Nice hustle there by Young. Spotting up Delvin goes. Strong move to the basket. Knocked away by Barone. Outlet pass. Euro step. Can't get it to fall. Nice job by Barone on the follow.
Kyle Barone now with 14 points, 5 of 6 from the field. He's come to play and answered the call so far in the second half here.
Long pass over everybody. So Young. Exasperated look by Xavier Alexander.
This is the one thing we said at halftime where you never count out the Kyle Julius-led team. 12-point game now.
Barone. Rotating over to Hughes on the right side. There's the screen by Barone. Fires up a long three. 58-49, a 9-point game. And Saigon breathing down the necks of Singapore. 4:38.
Action again. Ball screen action again from Trayvon Hughes coming off and shooting it.
Fields staying with it. Left hand hook is long. Bernatowski off the dribble. Left side, wide open look for three. He's going to be off the mark. Ball tipped up in the air. Fields come down with it. Outlet. Alexander will take the ball to the house, and he'll be fouled by Hughes. And for Hughes, that will be 3 on him. And that will put Alexander at the line for a pair. What a job by the Saigon Heat, Scotty, to come back with a vengeance. Remember, they were down 51-29 at the end of the half. Singapore has been held to 7 points since then.
It's just the energy, Chuck. The energy that Saigon has come out with in the second half here has been just different. They're pressuring the basketball, they're attacking the rim, and now because they've attacked, they get wide open kickouts. Kyle Barone, 14 points. Durker with 7 now. Hughes with 14. Bernatowski with 9. They look like a different team so far here in the second half.
1 of 2 as that one drops in. So a 10-point game. Hughes, up comes the screen from Barone. Alexander doing a good job of getting underneath it. Ball screen again. Delvin go, little mix-up. Bernatowski will try, and he does. So Bernatowski, after the flow of play, having to freelance a little bit. It works out for him. Taking the ball all the way to the basket is Young.
Jared Young, what an athlete. Up and under, goes over top of the big Kyle Barone.
There's a foul. Let's see if they count it. They do, and 1. But they got the mismatch. That's Bernatowski, really. Saw the mismatch down there with Larry Liu, so count it, and a chance to trim the lead to 7.
Yeah, and they've had Jared Young on Bernatowski. They just had Larry Liu on him. I'd love to see them put Alexander on him. He's just too strong for those guys, and deceivingly, he comes back to his left every single time. He had 2 fadeaway left-handed jump shots, that little baby hook for the and 1. I think they have to put someone a little bit stronger on him right now, as he's got 13 points, 6 of 13 from the field.
Nails that one. So now a 7-point lead for the Slingers. Well, no panic in the Slingers as of yet. Young surrounded. Back to Delvin Go. Downstairs again to Fields, who turns the corner, puts it up. Can't get it to fall. Barone there to clean it up. Hughes again, a chance to make it a 4-point or a 5-point game. Shot is off the mark. Fields looking for the outlet. Instead gets the ball to Alexander. Left hand, Alexander jump step inside. Nice control in the air. Can't get it to fall. Barone over to Hughes on the outlet. So now Saigon running with the ball. Bernatowski from three. No good. Young, ball knocked out of his hands. It'll be Singapore ball. Chris Durker trying to claim that it was last touched by Hughes. Check that by Fields. Back comes Young again. Alexander looking for cutters. Number 8 in the game now for Singapore. Long three is off the mark. So 1 and out again. It's been a while since Singapore has scored. Bernatowski still bumping and grinding. Check that was Tae-Din Loon, not number 8, number 6 who's in the game. And the Saigon Heat, Scotty, pushing the issue, attacking Singapore just like Singapore attacked them in the first half.
Don't look now, Chuck. We have a 7-point game with Bernatowski going to the line for 2. Very good sub by Coach Neo, I believe, putting a shooter in there. Tae-Ding Loon, they're going to try and space the floor and try and get Saigon out of this 2-3 zone. But what can you say about Saigon this second half? Tale of 2 halves for this team.
Yeah, remember they trailed 23-2 in the early stages of the game. Can't hit the second one. So 6-point game. Off to the races goes Alexander, still Alexander. Loon. Cutting through is Fields, back outside to the X-Man. Delvin Go. Young to his right. Go off the dribble, still Go, turns. Wide open look, Loon from Threesville, no good. Over the top it goes, so 1 and out. And Singapore at a loss. Very shaky on the offensive end. Saigon doing a great job of getting back.
Singapore is really having a tough time with this zone. Not getting a lot of high-low action, not getting in those gaps anymore. And they're just settling for the outside shot or a contested, walled-up 2.
And Hughes is going to be short with that. Oh, my goodness. And easy gimme that time. Singapore, the flow going the other way. Barone finishing it off, and it's a 4-point game.
It's that 50-50 ball there. Trayvon Hughes with a nice little behind-the-back pass there to Barone for the big dunk, and all the momentum going Saigon Heat way right now.
Downstairs it goes to Hughes, who's immediately surrounded, or to Fields, who's surrounded. He throws them all away. Chance for Saigon now. Bernatowski full of running inside. It goes off the mark. Hughes with a rebound foul. Counted and 1.
Saigon Heat, what a start to this third quarter. Trayvon Hughes chases down the offensive rebound and 1. We now have a 2-point game, Chuck.
They have erased, remember, I say it again, a 23-point lead. They've erased it, at least 21 of those points in less than 1 quarter. Amazing.
Chuck, I said I will never count out a team coached by Kyle Julius, and this is the reason why. He has buy-in. He has buy-in from every single one of these guys who will run through a wall for him. And it's evident here in the third quarter.
They've outscored the Singapore Slingers 31-10 in this quarter, a complete turnaround. Singapore clings to a 1-point lead. Entry pass knocked away. Hughes comes up with it. He's going to take the ball to the house himself, and Saigon had their first lead of the game.
Trayvon Hughes, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists.
A wry smile by Trayvon Hughes. Tay back outside, rotating the ball to Go. Look at Singapore, very tentative on the offensive end. Young backup jumper is going to be short. 1 and out again. Hughes with the rebound. 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Left hand straight around Alexander, gives it off downstairs. Kick back outside. Good ball movement. Barone from 3, way off the mark. Fields there to clean it up. Singapore now dashing towards the other end. Wide open look for Tay for 3, no good. Stepping in to get his own rebound is Tay. Knocked away. I think the foul will be on who? Let's see here. Maybe number 11, Din Ton Song.
all that energy and enthusiasm that was on the Slingers side in the first half has completely switched to the side from the Saigon Heat.
Young, Singapore will play for the last shot. Wide open look again for Tay. Off the mark one more time. Tipped by Delvin Go. So Singapore with a 1-point sliver of a lead. And at the buzzer, almost going in. That would have been the icing on the cake. So Singapore, 1-point lead. But the news of the third quarter, the Saigon Heat erase a 23-point deficit. Except for one, Singapore with the narrowest of leads as we come back for the fourth quarter here at the OCBC Arena. Don't go away, 63-62 Slingers.
From the half court, this way. Going for $618. Premium pinpoint, Alab. That was very close. Let's try again from the three-point line. 3 balls of pinpoint. Keep the mention in the half court. Last chance from the free throw line. 2 balls of pinpoint. Reserve one, reserve red.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 63-62 in favor of the Singapore Slingers. And the Saigon Heat has erased a 23-point deficit. As we look at some of the highlights from that monumental third quarter, Saigon looked like they were going to fall behind by even more, but they collect themselves. And here we are further.
And 83, row C, seat 4. 83, row C, seat 4. Congratulations, please got your prize over here at the officials counter.
There we are off the break, Saigon Heat again. There is Young off the break. But at the end of the day, what an amazing third quarter for the Saigon Heat. As we said, they trailed 51-29, now 63-62. So hold on to your seats, folks. Delvin Go with the ball. Off the break. Rotates the ball over to Desmond O, who's playing with 3 fouls. Desmond O!
Great substitution by Coach Neal. There's Desmond O, 7 points, getting the game, attacks the rim right away. Awesome job by our local captain.
Little jump stop move there by Desmond. Hughes to tie it up, and he does!
Wow, Trayvon Hughes, 22 points now, 8 and 19. What a second half for him.
Off balance, off of 1 foot. Downstairs it goes to Alexander, now to Fields. Stop and pop, back rimmed, off the mark. Barone with the rebound. Hughes again. Gets the ball outside, Bernikowski from 3. He's gonna be short with that. Barone now. There he is. Fields with the rebound and off the hands, it looked like of a Saigon player.
Well, Chuck, Johns Fields went into halftime with 18 points. Has not scored in the second half here. I'd love to see him get some more touches. He's 7 of 13 from the field, 18 points, 15 rebounds, but he hasn't seen the ball in a long time. I think we got to play through Fields here at this moment.
Go. Young from way downtown, in and out it goes. Fighting for the rebound, Delvin Go, off the mark. Alexander picks it up. Stutter step inside, can't get it to fall. Coming away with another 50-50 ball. Out front, Bernikowski, no whistle at all. Wow, how can you have a no call?
Love to see John Fields get a touch here in the post.
And the finish by Delvin Go, splitting 2 defenders.
Talked about the locals, Chuck. Delvin Go now with 11 points. Desmond O with 7. They've really come to help the World Imports tonight.
Hughes around 1 screen. finds some space, gives it up, ball on the floor, picked up, and a foul.
There's the local captain again, Desmond with a fantastic anticipation, jumps the passing lane there, steals it, slinger ball up 2.
Desmond, what else can you do? 7 points, he has 2 fouls, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Certainly the game of his season. We're used to seeing him be like a rock on defense, but offensively, you're lucky if you can get anything from him. And when you do, 2 or 3 points is fine. So he has really contributed tonight on both ends. And as I say that, he throws the ball away. So first to the commentator, Hughes almost loses the thread that time. Russell Lowe in the game, long 3. And Saigon is coming alive from beyond the arc. They take the 1-point lead, Scotty.
Yeah, they look like a different team in the second half. Shooting the basketball confidently, playing hard on defense, getting the passing lane. What a speech or halftime talk Kyle Julius must have gave them.
Well, Tron Dong Ho all over the place. Singapore trying to find Fields inside. Russell Lowe, little double pump fake there, can't get it to go. So again, getting the ball downstairs. These are the shots that were falling for the Slingers the first half, not so much now. Hughes, stutter step, dumps the ball inside, off the mark. Ooh, could have been a goaltending call there, was not, and a foul, and that'll go on Young.
And again, Chuck, John Fields' story of the second half hasn't scored yet, but he hasn't had many opportunities. 18 points still. Would love to see a little bit of touches going through him right now and play through the big man. He was so great for them in the first half.
Coach Julius has to be very pleased with the way his troops has responded, and these are the games you can look back to, win or lose, coming back from a deficit like 23 points and playing them even Steven. In fact, nosing ahead now. On the baseline, having problems getting it in. Fields trying to cover the little man. The tip back up again off the mark. Young coming down with an outlet, dangerous pass, but Desmond will get it off smartly, giving it off to Alexander, off of the touch by Russell Lowe. Back outside it goes to Russell. Young, still Young, takes the ball to the rim.
What a move, Jared Young, direct line drive, up over top of Barone, who picks up his 3rd foul and 1. Jared Young with his 19th and 20th point.
Well, he has taken, at times, a team on his back. That's the 2nd time we've seen him go straight at the gut of the Saigon defense successfully. And that's why they brought him over here. His athletic ability, his ability to get to the rim. This is the free throw shot. So Singapore clinging to a 1-point lead. And now this is the sort of game we thought it was going to be. Hughes back outside. They're putting 2 men on him now. Fields will cut it up. A little bit of separation, but off balance. And again, Desmond with the rebound. Alexander shoulder down. Wide open look. Young from the right side for 3.
Chuck, you called it. He's coming to play right now. 21 points, 8-18. Every time Saigon has made a run, the big shot, the counter punch has come from Jaron Young.
So the crowd assimilates around John Fields and Xavier Alexander. Somebody's got to be open, and you hope that the guy that's open to knock it down, and that's exactly what Jaron Young has done here in the 4th quarter. Watch Alexander rotating the ball over. Help slow to get over there, and Young knocks it down. Now, Young does have a history this year of doing stuff like that. One game, I think, was against the Warriors. He had 37 points, so he can be a scoring machine at times, and other times a little bit listless. So this is one of these games where they needed his particular type of energy in the open court and attacking the rim, and he's not disappointed as the Slingers stretch the lead to 4.
Yeah, spot on, Chuck. He's responded every time the Slingers have needed him so far today. And you have to be impressed with the Slingers coming out in this 4th quarter after the massive 20-point run that Saigon went on in the 3rd quarter. You have to be happy with the resiliency and perseverance that Singapore has had to hold on and to come back and get back up by 4 with 6:19 left here in the 4th.
Saigon Heat borrowing a page from the Singapore Slingers, attacking the rim in the 3rd quarter. And Singapore, this is the sort of game we thought would happen, would occur, Scotty. Remember in Saigon, Singapore held on and took a 2-point win. That did not sit well with the Saigon Heat. They honestly feel that they're the better team. And they come back here, almost get blown out in the first 3 quarters and come back. That's got to do a world for their confidence. So Singapore, not any stretch of the imagination, out of trouble yet, especially when you got this guy running the offense. Little Trayvon Hughes, 22 points now. He's nursing 3 fouls and a sore hamstring, but you wouldn't know it by the results that he's put up on the board here in the second half. There is the man right there, Hughes with the ball, rotating the ball to Bernatowski. Bernatowski, left hand, nowhere to go. Baseline losing it, and it'll be Singapore ball. Nice job sealing off the baseline.
A fantastic job there by the Slingers defensively. They run Hughes off a staggered screen. They bump and run. They don't switch it. Get back between Bernatowski and the rim, and there's a turnover.
Alexander stepping in is Russell Lowe can't get it, and Hughes back one more time. It'll be a wasted possession. Bernatowski draws a double team, kick back outside. Hughes for 3. Off the mark that time. Ball on the floor, picked up by Bernatowski. Barone and 1.
Oh. Unlucky ball on the ground. Bernatowski picks it up with one hand, shovels it to Barone, and the and 1 finish. Big turn of events there for the Slingers.
Yeah, so on the foul side, on the Singapore side, O with 2, Fields with 2, Larry Liu with 2, Young with 3, Alexander with the pair, and Barone 3-point play. So Slingers, after all that work.
And after that shocking first half of foul trouble for Barone, he now has 19 points and 10 rebounds. 8-11 from the field.
Yeah. There's the man there, Young, the ball inside and knocked away. Russell Lowe cannot save it, and a turnover, and it'll be Saigon ball. Opportunity for them to take the lead one more with 5:23 to go.
And again, that name we haven't heard in a long time is John Fields. He still has not scored in that second half after 18 in the first.
Well, the adjustments, as you can see, they collapse around him every time he touches the ball. Of course, that does mean that somebody is open, and Young has come through, but nobody else really has. So Singapore needing to stop now. They lead by 1. Hughes. Alexander will fight through the screen. Bounce pass inside. Barone knocked away by Fields. Ball on the floor, picked up by Fields. Desmond O in the open court will take the ball to the house. He fouled and 1.
Desmond O! Over top of the big man with the finger roll. As he come to play, 9 points. Great little touch there, getting up high over top of the big man.
Well, that's why he's starting. That's why he's getting a lot more minutes than he's used to getting. With all the injuries, check it out. John Fields getting the ball off to O. O, no hesitation whatsoever. Weak side, Bernatowski with the foul. Bernatowski now with 3. Desmond O a chance to make it a 3-point play and put Singapore up by 4.
Chuck, that graphic at the beginning said the locals needed to step up, and the captain showing the leadership that he has. Desmond O with 10 points today.
Ball out of bounds, nice hustle. Saigon trying to get down the court before Singapore could set up. Alexander, a little descent over on the Saigon bench, mixing it up with some of with the coach actually.
Singapore's done a very good job these last few times on the ball screen, not switching it, but hard hedging and recovering.
Pass inside, partially knocked away by Young. Little spin move inside. Fields right there like a wall. Young, still Young, left hand now attacking. Desmond O wide open. Inside, he'll knock it back out to Young. Alexander got the little ball fake. Can't get it to fall in, 1 and out, unlucky there. Alexander did everything right to finish. Now back the other end. Bernatowski thought about it. No whistle. Good ball rotation. Inside it goes, baseline. Knocked away, get it out of here, says Fields. Delvin Goh comes up with it. Singapore in possession, 4-point lead, 4:12 to go here in this exciting ball game. Hoping you're enjoying it wherever you are. Chuck Schreiner and Scott McKinnon with you. 7-6 Singapore Slingers, a 10-4 second place Saigon Heat. Desmond thought about it. Inside Fields, spin move. Can't get it to fall. Alexander right there to clean it up in the finish.
There we go, touch of John Fields. Drops them to the rim. Weak side rebound, all because Fields got a touch. 6-point lead for the Slingers.
Hughes. Oh, nice little touch off the glass. Right up the gut. So 77, 71, 73, 4-point lead by Singapore. Timeout by Saigon.
exciting game so far, Chuck. 77-73. Tale of two halves. Singapore in the first half, Saigon in the second. And now we're going to have a great finish here with 3:42 left.
Yeah, Singapore, you can tell they not playing well the last game against CLS. In fact, they were embarrassed. So really needing a win to get their season back on track. Saigon trying to prove to everybody that they are for real. They are 10-4. They are in second place. A lot of doubters about this team when the season started, but they're making believers out of the league now, and especially the Slingers, who again had that 23-point lead but could not hold on. In fact, Singapore took a slim 1-point lead 2 or 3 different occasions at the end of the third quarter and the part of the fourth quarter as well. They are some tired puppies over there on that red side. They have left it all out there, and Singapore finding the answer first with Jaron Young, and then the unlikeliest of sources, Desmond with 10 points, a couple of clutch assists as well. John Fields scoreless, as you said, Scotty, here in the fourth quarter, but you can always turn it over to the steady hand of Xavier Alexander, who's quietly getting himself into double-double territory again. 17 points for him and 8 assists so far.
Yeah, we haven't talked a lot about Alexander, but like you said, 17, 7, and 7. He's just a steady influence out there. When you talk about the quality players and people in this league, Xavier Alexander is at the top of this list.
Delvin Go, let's not forget about him. 11 points chipping in, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Singapore Slingers in double figures.
And that's the key you talked about. Locals, Desmond O and Delvin Go, 21 points, 14 rebounds between the two of them tonight. That is such a contribution, and that's such a contribution to help these guys try and get this victory, this much-needed victory.
If they don't have that contribution, they're not winning the game now. Alexander back to live action. Rotation from Desmond O. That build up on the left-hand side. Alexander stop and pop around the screen of Delvin Go.
That talks and speaks to the work that Alexander has put in over the last 4 years. He couldn't shoot that shot 4 years ago. Guys would go under it. Now he comes over top of the ball screen and drills the pull-up jumper.
Delvin Go holding on to Barone. He will pick up his second foul to go with those 11 points. So if you're looking at foul situations, really nobody in that big of a problem on the Singapore side. Now on Saigon side, Tron with 4. Kick back outside. Bernatowski back wins that one. Alexander comes up with it. Young will take the ball to the house. Oh, he misses a layup.
Oh, and I think Jaron Young got a little confused with whether he's going to dunk it or he's going to lay it up there and just missed on the finger roll.
Bernatowski, he is hammered by Fields. A foul that Fields had to make. So a miss there by Young at the other end. And yeah, it looked like he was confused actually where he was when he had the ball. When he went up, he was already underneath the rim and could not locate the rim.
Potential 4-point turnaround, a layup at the other end. 2 free throws for Bernatowski now here.
Bernatowski, the left-hander. Beginning of the season was a maestro at knocking down threes, not so much lately.
Yeah, he's shooting it at a lower clip than he's used to. He's a very talented shooter. He's only shooting at 33% right now. He generally attempts 11 threes a game. If he starts to knock it down like he is, a 40%, 41, 42% three-point shooter, Saigon's going to be even more dangerous than they are now.
Token full court pressure by the Heat. Alexander gets it across the line. Fields next to him, calling for the ball. Downstairs to Delvin Go. He's got to like that matchup. Hits the cutter and a push there by Hughes. And that'll be 4 on Hughes. Well, really nothing Hughes could do in that situation. Young sprinted past him. He picks it up out of his peripheral vision and gives him the little shove.
Yeah, the activity of Young there on the backdoor cut. Look at his activity. He's live, catches in the backdoor cut. Hughes has to foul him.
Nice job by Delvin Go to spot it. Who has the ball now, gives it up to Alexander, and let's see if they go straight at Hughes. Going across the baseline is Young. One-on-one with Bernatowski. Ball on the floor, picked up again, and 24-second violation to get it in, I think so. Count it. So 81-75. Big sigh relief by the Slingers. No foul. Bernatowski on Young. Barone. Downstairs it goes again. Delvin go. Good defense by him. Young comes away with it into the hands of Alexander.
The officials are really letting them play. I thought Alexander got fouled 3 times here before he made his left-handed layup. Same thing at the other end. A lot of contact right now on both ends.
There's a foul right there. I think that's going to go against number 8, Tron. If it is, that'll be number 5 on him. Let's see. Man. Yeah, a very physical game, Scotty. You're right, the referees are letting it play. I thought Alexander got knocked over on that last offensive possession by Saigon. No call. There's been a couple of non-calls like that.
How the concentration from Alexander to pick it up and finish the left hand at the buzzer of the shot clock.
So the foul was not on Tron. Minute 46, Young bumping, grinding. Boy, luckily the ball goes back outside the field as he's going to be short with that. Sort of double clutched it in the air. Back comes Hughes. Remember, he's playing with 4 fouls. Tries to get in between Fields and Young, and Fields, I think, will be called for the foul. See who they are going to give that to. They're going to give it to Young, I guess. That'll be a 4th foul on him.
That'll be the 5th team foul, so Trayvon Hughes is going to step up here and shoot 2 foul shots in the bonus, which is a big thing coming down here in the last 90 seconds of this game.
Yeah. Chance to get it down to a 4-point lead. Plenty of time, 1:33 to go. Hope you're enjoying this wherever you are. Chuck Schreiner and Scott McKinnon. So happy to bring you this action.
Very unlike the Saigon Heat, they're missing a foul shot. They're 11 of 15 from the foul line tonight. Usually a very good 3-throw shooting team.
Oh boy, knocked out. It'll be Singapore ball, so nothing for Hughes, and Singapore catching a break there, maintaining that 6-point lead. Around the screen of Fields goes Alexander. Back into his hands with 11 on the shot clock, 1:18 on the game clock. Alexander, and he is fouled as he hits the deck. You know, last year, a really telling stat about Xavier Alexander, Scott, he was at the foul line more than anybody else. He was fouled more than any other player in the league, and he's got to be right around that pace this year. And I say that because Xavier, you know, he's 29 years of age, not a particularly young man for a basketball player, but the amount of contact that he takes year after year, and he hardly ever misses a game. You look in the box scores, every game he's playing 40 minutes, and he's just lucky that he has not had an interview. You can see MJ there on the bench livid. So opportunity now for Alexander to put Singapore up by 8.
Yeah, the longevity and durability of Alexander is truly amazing, and that again speaks to his work ethic. The guy is a consummate professional. He always is prepared, whether it's mentally or physically, to compete at this level all the time.
2 of 2. So 8-point lead, but still plenty of time to go. Tron now.
13 and 19 from the line for the Slingers tonight, Chuck. Much improved for them.
Tron really not going anywhere. Long 3, yep, whirling it in. So down to a 5-point lead. Number 20, that was Durker.
Nice second half for him. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
He had a great 3rd quarter. Oh boy, almost knocked away by Hughes. Alexander, with under a minute to go here, bounce pass over to Desmond O. He's trapped. Back in the hands of Alexander. 11 on the shot clock. Young will take the ball to the house. And the finish by Fields. Exclamation point there. Well, if you're not going to score at all in the second half, that ball is out, and that might just be it. Saigon is going to have to foul. There it is right there. That will put Alexander at the line, 85-78 with 31:8 to go.
How about John Fields putting the exclamation point on the game with his first basket in the second half? 20 points, 21 rebounds. Big putback dunk for Fields.
Saigon doing a fantastic job on Fields on the offensive end. He's going to get his rebounds. But again, Young doing the right thing, taking the ball right to the hole, and Fields heads up. And what a time to get your first 2 points of the half after 18 in the first half.
Talk about the mental toughness of the Slingers. They could have folded, very easily folded going into the 4th quarter there after giving up a 20-point lead. And to come back and compete and have that toughness here in the 4th quarter, it's a very good sign moving forward here.
So a 9-point lead. Unless you believe in miracle. Oh boy, silly foul there by Desmond Owen. That might be his 5th.
Alexander, 25, 7, and 8 now. Haven't talked about him a lot, but what a finish to the game for him. 25, 7, and 8.
Yeah. High point scorer in the game, but he does what he does. He's right around the triple-double mark every single game, Scotty. And 8.3 assists a game. That's good enough for 4th in the league. And he's in the top 10 in scoring, and the top 15 or so in rebounding, just night after night, putting on a basketball clinic. So 87-80 with 25.8 to go. Saigon will call the timeout. And Slingers, if they can avoid the turnover, and if they can finish shooting their foul shots successfully like they just did on the last couple of possessions, it should be their game. It's their game to lose anyway.
Right on point there, Chuck. And Xavier Alexander has led that charge for the foul shot. 7 and 9 from the line tonight. Much improved, 15 and 21. 87-80, like you said, if the Slingers can take care of the basketball here, it looks like they're going to walk out of here with a much-needed win.
So we talk about it time and time again before the beginning of the game, what Singapore had to do. They had to have contributions from their locals. They delivered today with an exclamation point. Delvin Go with 11. And little Desmond O, the smallest guy on the court, the oldest guy on the court, 10 points. Just a dogged defense, even has a few rebounds. So, rewarding the faith in the coaching staff for starting him. Again, he has been with the show. It's called the Singapore Slingers from the word go. 32, 33 years of age. Still has a lot of juice in the motor, and he's showing it today. How about John Fields? Very, very emphatic at the end of the first half. 18 points, having probably his best first half of the season. Being surrounded the second half and coming up big and getting that flush when they needed to. What about Jaron Young attacking the basket relentlessly? So a lot of good field stories for the Slingers. On the other side of the ball, foul trouble eclipsing Barone and the stuff that he does, but coming back into the game, and Hughes with 24 points. So no give in either of these teams, and just as we thought it would be a ball game that's going down to the wire, and there's what you didn't want to see, the steal right there.
That's the one thing the Slingers didn't want to do, was turn the ball over there.
Long 3 attempt is off the mark, but rebound by Saigon. Backup jumper, nobody there, can't get it. Another rebound off the glass, no good. Delvin Go with the rebound, shovels it out, back to Young. And Singapore will play out the string here, and that will do it, and they get out of here, but just barely, 87-80. After leading by 23 points, a furious comeback by the Saigon Heat. In fact, they took the lead 2 or 3 different times by a couple of points at one point, with Singapore hanging tough, Scotty, and scoring the baskets when they need to. And I can't emphasize the game that the locals had.
Oh, and what an entertaining basketball game for both sides. But you have to be happy if you're Singapore. That graphic we saw at the beginning of the game, Desmond O with 10, Delvin Go with 11. Like you said, 5 different players for them in double figures. It's a huge, huge momentum-changing shift for them here in this second half, moving to 8 and 6. It's a great sign moving forward here, heading into the playoffs soon.
Yeah, 87-80 confirmation final score. And the play of the day, I think it'll be that guy there, Mr. John Fields. And we'll take a look at that right now. And meanwhile, the celebrations for the Slingers going on in center court. It is a game that they, as you said, needed very badly. Since December 21st, they had been 2-5. And to come away with a win here, especially at home, defending your fort, so to speak, and getting it, more importantly, Scotty, against the second-place team in the league. That they are 2 for 2 now against the Saigon Heat as we look at the stats. Turnovers, well, Singapore, uncharacteristic of them, committed 17 turnovers, most of them in the second half. Look at the bench points, 66-56, rebounds 56-45 in favor of Singapore. The assists 18-10, and that pretty much wraps it up. So for all the production staff here at the OCBC Arena, final score of the game, Singapore 87-80. For Scott McKinnon, this is Chuck Schreiner. We'll see you February the 3rd, and that will be against the CLS night. See you later.